This footnote is about my very first Success Resources event, which was the one where I saw Tony Robbins speak in person. Now, it was titled the, was it National Achievers Conference or something like that. This was in 2018. And I tell you what, it wasn't a complete waste of my time, but yeah, it was a series of sales pitches, and like there's one guy on YouTube who does such brilliant like critiques of the success cult. Mike Winnet is his name. Yeah, he writes about the Contrepreneur formula. Check him out on YouTube. He's brilliant. But it's funny, before I discovered Mike Winnet's work, on the second day of this event, I made a little bingo card because like there were so many things that came up on the first day that I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm sensing a lot of themes here. So I made a bingo card with some themes or words or names that I was expecting to see on the second day, just to keep myself entertained because, ADHD and all that. And let me tell you some of the things that were on this bingo card. All right. Things that were common themes. There was mention of cancer. That came up a lot. Mind you, there are many different speakers as part of this conference. Selfies with Richard Branson. That was something that almost every speaker had. A purchased Forbes magazine cover, an unrelated science metaphor. What's another? A question with an obvious answer. The quote, left my corporate job. The quote, hated my corporate job. An inspirational amputee image. Let's see. The expression, I wanted to spend more time with my family. And, in quotes, turn to the person next to you. It was like either, give them a high five, give them a massage, tell them I love you, tell them I own you. It's like, it was so much of like turning to the person next to you. It's like, oh my gosh. Obligatory extreme sports montage. Yes. A photo of me with a celebrity. These speakers, they all had to show photos of them with celebrities because, social cred and all that stuff. Inappropriate invocation of Martin Luther King. Donald Trump. Ugh. Mention of Donald Trump. Yes, what's this? Someone saying, give yourself a hand. Woo! And then everyone erupting into applause. Not that kind of hand, silly. Whoops. Let's see. What's another one? A random parkour video. Because I had like videos playing between speakers and like during intermission and stuff. And so many of them were parkour. And so many of them were like guys who I either know because I've trained with them or because they're friends of friends and we're all sort of part of that community still. Let's see. Random odd metaphors and someone being described as the real deal.
The real deal.
It's like, oh, this guy's the real deal. This guy's the real deal. It's like, I almost believed you until you kept saying that.
I would just be so bored if something like that.
Why do you think I made a friggin' bingo card?
I know. Like, that would be great because they just don't say anything.
Well, they say, run to the back of the room and sign this form and join my program and this and that. And it's like, oh my gosh.
But that's what I'm starting to struggle with this podcast is they don't say anything.
What do you mean? They say #wisdoms.
Can we do a book by someone good?
Yes, we can.
That would be great.
Yes.
Because, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sick of these dickheads that have nothing to say.
Well, I mean, there are some books that are more harmful than others that we've covered. I mean, like for example, when we talked about the life-changing magic of tidying up.
Yeah.
I'm still cool with that book, but understand that it certainly does not apply to everyone.
Yeah.
And there are some titles that where we were originally kind of like, oh, let's talk about one book we really don't like and then a book we like and then kind of go back and forth. It's turned into like something else.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But it is going to be good to shift focus more from time to time and create some bonus content, perhaps with author interviews even.
Yeah.
And talk about books that don't just follow this success formula that everyone is so like monetarily addicted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The books that don't offer an easy answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Just smile at yourself in the mirror and then just stay there, because nothing will ever happen to you if you just stay in one spot forever. That's where it's safe. Success Resources as a company have a lot to answer for, really, in terms of ethics and transparency. That's not to say that I would never, ever attend another Success Resources event, because I've been to a couple, but I know what I'm getting into when I go to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes I'm there to hear a particular person talk about a particular thing, and I know that there's going to be loads of fluff and BS along the way. I know there's going to be a lot of upselling. Like, I am aware of that. I have my critical thinking helmet on, and I go in there with that knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
it's good to know what other people are hearing so that you can know what you're going to face.
Exactly. And as a life coach, I need to know these things. Mm-hmm. I need to be aware of what is influencing the industry. I consider that really important homework.
Yeah.
And people who just want to shut themselves off to like that side of things, I feel like they're doing themselves and their clients a disservice.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, they're going to be people who come to see you who are going to have like all this background in all these other things that you'll have no idea what they're talking about unless you actually dive into that world.
I'm glad there's people around like you that have the strength to put up with it all.
I don't know if strength is the word.
The fortitude.
Yeah. But I prepare myself for these events. I bring warm clothing, because one tactic that they use for these kinds of things is keeping the rooms really, really, really cold and making you really tired and exhausted, so you're more susceptible to upselling by the end of the day. Oh. This is just a thing that happens at success-related seminars.
Huh. See, I hate conferences because the rooms get so warm that I want to die.
Oh, right.
But I'm a hot-blooded creature.
Well, I'm cold-blooded. Anyway, thanks for listening, Mika.
Thanks, Leslie.
Yeah.
It's an interesting insight.
Ooh, I try to be interesting.
Every time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.